Well, hello, my crafty friends. It's Lisa, and today I have a lot of DIYs for a honeybee themed tiered tray. Isn't this adorable? I incorporated some different DIYs that I did myself, along with some pieces that I bought from Hobby Lobby and Michaels. So instead of me sitting here talking about it, how about we go make some things for a bee themed tiered tray?
Goes away. The things I plan to say. Oh, baby.
Okay, now the first thing we're gonna do is make some honey dippers with honey on them. So I took some of these honey dippers that I bought on Amazon, and then using some gold glue sticks, I simply dripped the gold glue onto the honey dippers. And because I have a silicone mat, I was able to place the honey dippers onto the mat. Probably would have been better if it was clean, but you know, this is how I roll. So I put some of the glue onto the mat to make like a honey pile, and then I just again dripped some of the gold glue stick onto the honey dipper. This way, it looks like there's honey that's dripping down from the stick. And once they were dry, I removed them from the silicone mat. And they totally look like they have honey coming off of them. Isn't that cute? And then I bought these bees and ladybugs on Amazon, and I took a few of the bees and then I just attached them to the honey dippers. So cute and so easy. Aren't they adorable? This was a really easy DIY. And next, this is kind of a halfway DIY. I found these beeswax candles on Amazon. I really like the look of them, and I don't have any beeswax myself, so I just made a taller candle by gluing two of the smaller votive candles together. And then I used some bee-themed ribbon that I got at the Dollar Tree and wrapped it around the center. Again, super easy. And next I have this little hat that I just added some embellishments to. And then I had this Be Happy sign that I got at Hobby Lobby because all of their summer items are 66% off. So this was like, I think it was like $1.25. So I just took a hat with a little bee and a flower on it and attached it to the corner. And look at that. And I found this sign at Michael's and I don't want to use it as a sign. So I cut the hanger off the back. And then I use some Jenga blocks to make a stand. So almost like an easel that will go on the back of this little sign. And then I just secured them to the back. And next I had this little bee charm, I guess. I found it at the Dollar Tree. It was on one of their little vases. So I removed the top and look at how cute that is. And I thought this would look really pretty on my Enjoy the Little Things sign. So I just attached it to the top corner. Now I have these rolling pins that I got on clearance and I decided to paint one yellow and I left the ends of it the natural color because it was stained wood and it looked really pretty. And I didn't think I needed to show you how to paint a rolling pin. But what I'm doing now is I created this stencil using my Cricut machine and I'm just taking off the letters and this says, as you can see, Bumble. And then I placed the stencil on the rolling pin and I had to replace the centers for the B's as well as the E because I didn't use transfer tape. I just was thinking, you know what, let's see if we can make this work. So after I completely put the stencil all back together, then using some black paint, I just stenciled the letters Bumble. Now in retrospect, I should have let this dry a little bit because the stencil material really adhered to my rolling pin and this would have been a lot neater and cleaner if I would have waited, but I wasn't patient and I really wanted to see how this looked. So before the paint was dry, I removed the stencil. And I would totally caution you from removing the stencil before the paint has had a little bit of time to dry. Because I had some oopsies that I had to fix. But thankfully I was able to fix it, and this is how my rolling pin turned out. All right, now I took a block of wood and I painted it black. Then I didn't want it to be like fully black, so I took some sandpaper and I just kind of roughed up around the edges to take off some of the paint. And then I ran the sandpaper across the front of it to give it more of a weathered appearance. And using my Cricut machine, I cut out a vinyl decal of a bee on some really pretty and bright gold vinyl. And it's just so shiny, it's so pretty. So I removed all of the little excess pieces. And then put the decal on some transfer tape. Then I removed the backing. And I have a beautiful bee decal that I'm going to put on this block of wood. Then I carefully remove the transfer tape. Look at how pretty that is. Oh my goodness, I love that. And again, using my Cricut machine, I made a stencil with the word humble. And then I applied humble underneath my bee. And again, I had to replace the two interior portions of the letter B. And then using a very small amount of some cream colored paint, I just kind of dabbed in the letters humble. And I was much more cautious when I was making this sign because I really didn't want to have a repeat performance of my rolling pin. So I made sure that it was tacky dry before I removed the stencil. And then I carefully remove the stencil. And this came off a lot better. But I wanted a little bit of something extra for my awesome little Be Humble sign. So I took some Dollar Tree ribbon and using my glue gun, I secured it all around the outer edge of the sign. Isn't that pretty? Now I did want to use some flowers in my tiered tray, so I had these sunflower stems, so I just took the tops off, and then I have some things that I bought from Hobby Lobby and even from Amazon, like this little honey dipper. So these are different accent pieces that I'm going to use on my tiered tray as well. Oh, and a giant bee. He was adorable, and he was on clearance at 66% off. I don't know what that equals out to, 66% off of $6.99, but he is super cute. And then I found this sign, this Be Grateful sign, again, 66% off right now. Very pretty. And this Be Happy, I thought this was adorable. I'm not sure if it's going to fit on my tiered tray, but I really liked it. So these are all of my projects and the pieces that I bought from Amazon, Hobby Lobby, and Michaels. So I have a lot of different pieces to use in my decorating for my tiered tray. And there's my tiered tray that I'm going to be using. And here is the finished product. I am so happy with how this turned out, and I really love that I incorporated pieces that I created myself along with pieces that I bought from some of my favorite crafting outlet places. And I like it even better that the pieces that I bought were on clearance, so I got really good deals. This was a really affordable project to make, and my tiered tray is one that I've made in the past, so didn't have to buy that. All in, I think I spent less than $50 for all of the decor items, including the crafting supplies that I bought to create this. And be sure